Namaskar. This is a very short video. Many times people ask, how can I find my destiny? Isn't it nice to find your destiny? To do something which you really love and you feel that it is the most valuable thing that you can offer to the world. Because we want to give, that's our instinct. We really want to give. We want to, when, for example, if I earn lots of money but I feel that I'm not benefiting the world, I'm still not happy, I'm not satisfied. Because this is against my nature. My nature is to contribute, my nature is to give. And the money is okay, is happiness, of course, it is one sort of happiness, but is not exactly what I want. Exactly what I want, ideally, is the job of my dream. I do something which benefits, gives a great benefit to the world, and I have a beautiful relationship with people, and I get good money also from that. So how to find out? How to find the destiny? There is one very simple way, and it has inspired me, and it has proven true. My spiritual master, he has said something very concise, meaningful. He has said, those who have love for the Supreme Consciousness, the Supreme Consciousness itself will show the way for them to serve Him. So it's so simple. If you love the Supreme, He will show you the way how to serve, how to contribute, how to give, because the Supreme Entity knows you since the billions of years of your evolution. He knows you so deeply, nobody knows you that way. You cannot know you. You don't know you, but the Supreme does. So when you love that, and the Supreme is actually a part of you, the Supreme Consciousness is in you. It is in the trees, in the sky, everywhere, within and without. It is the existential, it is an existential basis for all life. So when you love that, you come in tune with that. And when you come in tune with that, you know His secrets. So, if you are intuitionally developed, you will just be able to clearly see what you need to do. But if you are not intuitionally developed, then you will set in motion a certain waves in the world, in reality, which will lead you to your destiny. But it's not like, okay, now I want to find the destiny, I'm going to love the Supreme. That is a business. It's not really the true thing. So that love it has to be natural. It has to become, we need to realize the value of that love in itself. If you get love for the Supreme, you get everything, because He is it is the ultimate controller of everything. So once you get in tune with the Supreme, you get in tune with everything. You just know the cosmic flow, you just know the cosmic rhythm, and you know how to step, and you know how to turn, and then you know how to turn back and how to turn forward, because the Supreme guidance is there. And then naturally you become successful. So it is very, and then love in itself is valuable, is precious. When you love, you get bliss. In serving the Supreme, you are getting blissful, and you don't need anything else. So finding the destiny, it's like, okay, that's nice, but that's not actually the real thing. The real thing is that love. But towards that love, there are so many worldly happinesses come, because that is there. It makes you, it's just like digit 1, and the zeros will add to that digit. It will make 10, 100,000, 10,000, and so on. So the greatest ability, greatest secret in love, in life, is to love the Supreme. And we have that love. I remember I had one experience. I was doing kirtan. It's called Avarta Kirtan. It's dancing and singing the mantra in 6 directions. And there are some extra ideations there. So one ideation is like, I am an embodiment of sincerity. Then next ideation, I have an innate love for the Supreme Consciousness. In the fire of that love, I burn all my imperfections. I am overcoming the inner and outer obstacles. Oh, the Supreme Entity, place me on your knees, on your lap. I want to be ensconced in you. And then I let go of everything. I surrender everything of mine at your feet. So that's kind of process through. It's like a journey, spiritual journey. You are singing in one direction and you are dating. I am an embodiment of sincerity. In another direction, I have an innate love, like that. So I remember I was singing once, and I was very down. I was very doubtful of myself. I was feeling myself that, oh, I'm a bad person, and I don't deserve this, don't deserve that. So I was in that kind of state. So I started to sing with this idea. I am an embodiment of sincerity. And then I understood, yes, actually, I am an embodiment of sincerity. My every cell, my every part of my being just wants the goodness. I am very much for that. And I'm imperfect, what to do? I have so many flaws, I have so many defects, what can I do? But I am sincere. So that was a relief. I thought, okay, that's good. That's good. Because that came as a knowledge. Yes, I'm an embodiment of sincerity. Then next was, I have an innate love for the Supreme. Innate means I don't need to learn how to love. It is part of me. It is a part of my soul. And suddenly I realized that yes, I do have an innate love for the Supreme Entity. I do love the Supreme. So that is, and then, okay, in the fire of love, if I love, then everything else doesn't matter. Everything else is small. This is the most important. This is the most valuable. So, it's not about acquiring. It's about discovering. You discover, you pay attention. You just pay attention. You bring your attention to the fact that you have an innate love for the Supreme Entity. And that, once you have that, the Supreme, then you tell the Supreme, I'm here for you and guide me. I just want to serve you. I want to be with you. I want to love you. And then once you give that signal to the Supreme, and you create the feeling of inner surrender, inner feeling of I'm yours, then things will be set up in motion in your life, which will bring you to the path of your destiny. And that is always a beautiful thing, which makes you deeply satisfied. Not satisfied like, okay, I have eaten ice cream, but something which makes you deeply satisfied. It is when you are on the path of your destiny. You're fulfilling your calling, you're fulfilling what you were created for. Yeah, it's beautiful. Actually, I wanted to speak very short, but then suddenly I thought, and then it came longer. But just bring your attention to the fact that you deeply love the Supreme. Namaskar.